This GoDaddy ad is pretending to be about Walton Goggins, but it's not. It's really about people who think they started a business, who are acting like they did. What's up? I'm Eddie the Madman here with another reaction breakdown through the lens of insights and human behaviors and all that. Today we're going to be looking at the Walton Goggins GoDaddy Arrow ad from last year's Super Bowl. Not the one that just passed, but from 2025. Absolutely one of my favorite ads in a long time, and it brought a tear to my eye because it was everything a Super Bowl ad is supposed to be. Smart, very insightful, insights. We talk about that, clear benefit. It was funny. It was entertaining, beautifully shot, and they used celebrity in the most perfect way. Let's watch, and I will tell you more. All right.
Actors, we have the power to convince the world we know what we're doing, when in fact, we do not. I can make you believe I'm a detective without ever stepping foot in an actual crime scene. These symbols probably symbolize something.
Nemmeno son guidare, sono cambio manuale. Arrivederci!
Astronaut? Nope. Houston, I'm observing some debris coming from Uranus. On my hardest role yet, small business owner. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. But GoDaddy Arrow does, using AI to build a logo, website, and social content. So I can start Walton Goggins goggle glasses. Because if your goggles ain't Goggins, they don't belong on your noggins. With GoDaddy Arrow, it's like you know what you're doing.
It's like you know what you're doing. It's like you know what you're doing. Absolutely brilliant. See, what is it tapping into? A lot of people have started a business. Or at least they think they did, right? They did all of the stuff that would make them act like they had a business, right? They bought the domain. They made a logo, right? They might even bought a hat or a shirt or something. It's like, hey, I'm pretending to be Mr. or Mrs. or whatever business, right? But they don't actually know what they're doing. They don't know how to actually run a business. They've just started a business. So that's why this ad is so brilliant, because it taps into that behavior, right? Because it's GoDaddy. One of the first things you do when you want to start a business or think or imagine yourself having a business, I'm going to buy the domain, right? So when you buy the domain, you get in your inbox, you're like, hey, I got the website. You don't have a website, but you got the domain for it. So it's like, it feels real. It's starting to feel a little real, right? So here, how do they break it down, right? So we have an actor, and he's saying, we're actors, right? You think we know what we're doing, but we don't.
When in fact, we do not. I can make you believe I'm a detective without ever stepping foot in an actual
I can make you feel like think I'm a detective, right? Without actually stepping foot in a crime scene, right?
These symbols probably symbolize something.
These symbols probably symbolize something. Just really funny in the sense of like, hey, he clearly does not know what the hell he's talking about, right? And then you do the same thing with the race car, right? He's like, hey, he looks the part. He's got his gear on, he's in the car, he's going fast, but he doesn't even know how to drive stick, right? And he's an astronaut again, looks the part. He's floating around outer space. He's acting. He looks the part, right? He's done the surface level stuff, but he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And then he gets to here.
On my hardest role yet, small business owner.
Hardest role yet, small business owner.
Because I have no idea what I'm doing. But GoDaddy Arrow does, using AI to build a logo.
But GoDaddy Arrow does. This is where he gets brilliant, right? Because GoDaddy understood, or their ad agency understood, again, understanding, tapping into that behavior, right? They understood this truth that people think they're playing a business. But now, because they have this AI tool, they don't have to act like they know. They don't have to act anymore, right? It's there to actually help them make the business and bring it to actual fruition, to actual reality. So in doing that, they had this actor, a famous actor, right? Who was, known for many a role, right? But it's like an insight within an insight within an insight, right? Like actors are really good at portraying a specific role, right? Anthony Hopkins, The Silence of the Lambs. I'm sure Anthony Hopkins is one of the kindest souls in the world from interviews and stuff I've seen of him, but he played a cannibal. He played one of the most menacing people in the world, right? You believed it was acting the part. So anyway, people who buy they want to start their thing, they they buy the website. That's what they do, right? They want to play the part. That's the insight, right? People want to act like they have a business. And what's the but the caveat to that is they don't know what they're doing. Oh, I got the domain name. Now what? Right? So we got the insight here, right? And then we have the benefit here. We got to put them together. What is the benefit? Well, GoDaddy Arrow tool right here helps you design logo, helps you do all of those things to actually bring it to fruition again, right? It's almost what was the end line? I thought that was pretty good actually. When your noggins or Goggins.
Goggins. Because if your goggles ain't Goggins, they don't belong on your noggins. With GoDaddy Arrow, it's like you know what you're doing.
I mean that Goggins Noggins part that was just for flair. No, that was fun. But there was a lot of meat to this to the campaign actually. But anyway, it ends on GoDaddy Arrow. It's like you know what you're doing. Brilliant. Very simple line, right? And it taps into that human behavior that people want to start a business, and one of the first things they do is get the website, but they don't really know what they're doing. They're acting, which is him as an actor, right? They even said that his toughest role was small business owner. But with GoDaddy Arrow, it's like you know what you're doing. So clear insight, clear benefit, brought together, boom. Hilarious, absolutely hilarious, brilliant commercial actually. So he was, instead of playing someone, pretending to be a businessman, he actually is now, thanks to this. So clear benefit, very strong insight, very clear benefit, and it even went into the features, right? We talk about like what are the steps of everything that you need, right? You need when it comes to finding a great insight, you need to break down what the features of the product are, right? The feature of this is an AI tool, right? That helps you, create whatever you need for your business and actually helps to make it happen, right? The benefit of that is now you actually will know what you're doing, and it takes away the anxiety and all of the things of like, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, this thing's going to help you do that, right? And what problem does it solve? Same thing. What problem does it solve? People want to start a business, but they don't know how. They don't know what they're doing, right? So this kind of puts all of them together. So you got the feature, bam. You got the benefit, bam. You got the problem it solves, bam, and you get the insight. Brilliant, very smart. One of my favorite ads in a really long time, and not just because Goggins is one of my favorite actors, but I think, man, this dude can play anything. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I got for you today. Another brilliant one. Analyze this, study this, and if you can replicate that, which is what I'm trying to do on this channel. I'm breaking down the great ads, why the great ads are great, and why the bad ones are bad, and the terrible ones are terrible. To all through the lens of human insights, of human behavior, and understanding the psychology. The psychology of advertising, psychology in general is beautiful, right? It's crazy. It's a lot of fun. There's really intricate stuff and happening, under this hat, under the hat and under the skull, or whatever. You people, the science people who are smarter than I am, can talk about that. But regardless, psychology is a really interesting thing. So anyway, stay tuned for the next video and stay tuned for my course and all that stuff that's coming out very soon. Comment copy, COPY, if you want to get a little sneak peek on that. So, all right, this is Eddie B, the Madman. I will see you all next time.